right, welcome back to Florida's Worst Vlog Command Center. We're here in Orlando, Florida. As you can see behind me, this week's guest needs no introduction. Throughout the Disney fan community, everybody knows who this is. Please welcome with me Big Fat Panda, John Saccheri. Am I saying that correctly?
You actually said it right, yeah.
Awesome.
It's a weird last name.
That's easy enough. So my first question to you, all the hats that you wear, everything that you do, you got actor, producer, we've seen Dream Finders,
Yeah.
and also Walt's Frozen Head. You're a voice in that movie.
Okay, Vic, there's something you're going to know now.
Okay, what's that?
Something else is coming out of the Walt's Frozen Head. Not just because I did a voice on it, but the gentleman that did that, Benjamin Lancaster, with Ron Schneider, who was Walt in that,
Right.
is doing an audio drama series, like music and everything, and it takes place in the World of Tomorrow.
Wow.
So soon there'll be the World of Tomorrow series.com, and you can listen to this 5-part episode called Murder in Progress.
Wow.
And I play Rick, the cop on that.
Oh, there we go. In uniform.
It's audio only. I have no idea why I have this. It's audio only.
You got to play the part.
It's a really cool thing.
Wow, where can we expect to get that download?
It's going to be by the end of February or the middle of February even. It might be in a couple of days. It might drop.
Wow, excellent. Well, you'll let us know. We can put a link up for that?
Absolutely, thank you. Yeah, you should have fun with that. I can't wait to just listen myself as a fan listening to it.
Absolutely.
Some talented people associated with it.
So you do so much around the parks. I mean, we see you everywhere. Not just because you're so noticeable, but because you wear a lot of different hats. How do you introduce yourself? What do you narrow down your...
Yeah, I still identify as the YouTube channel.
Okay.
I still feel like BigFatPanda.com, the YouTube channel, there's videos, that's what I like, that's what I do, and I'm a Disney fanatic.
Yeah. We see you a lot at the Main Street Mouse. What's your connection with the Main Street Mouse?
Well, I love Michelle Atwood, who does the Main Street Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy Simmons and Michelle and I do an offshoot of the Main Street Mouse called the Main Street Mouse LOL,
Mm-hmm.
live on location.
Right.
Which also is Laugh Out Loud, but we do a live show, and now it's at Disney Springs, which amazes me to no end.
Yeah.
Because I thought the red tape to get into Disney Springs would be incredible, and it was, but it was easier for us because...
Yeah, that show at Maria and Enzo's was a great watch. I loved watching that. That was fun.
We're gonna spice things up a little bit. The next one is at the NBA Experience.
Okay.
And the guests that come to the show do get free admission. No surprise, it's a hard sell. The NBA is not like... People aren't just like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to the NBA.
Yeah.
So we're there kind of, to help out a little bit.
Right. Is that February 23rd or...
That's February 23rd, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
We'll be there live. So it's a $5 ticket, but that $5 really gives you a raffle entry, and it's really just to ensure that you show up.
Right.
Because we find if we give free tickets.
And that's at eventbrite.com, right? Where we can get tickets for that?
It's tmsmlol.com.
Okay.
Which brings you to the Eventbrite tickets. I think there's only about 13 tickets left
Ooh.
for February 23rd. But if you want to come and play some NBA with us afterwards, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
CityWorks is also giving us a discount if you want to eat something in the new restaurant.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm not sure where we'll be the next. I know one of those months we're going to be at Raglan Road, and I can't wait for that.
Oh, man.
The Riverdance.
Yeah.
I don't want to break the stage.
I'm not missing that one for sure.
Can you imagine if I broke the
Every time I see them dancing up there, I think that thing's going to break, so...
I can just picture me.
So, are you going to bring some topics you can talk about, or are we just going to be talking about what the girls talk about again?
Right, that didn't seem to happen, actually. Listen, there was a timing error, and we all spoke about it. I was supposed to talk about the movies at Epcot. I got through one movie, and somehow they were so excited to talk about Minnie Mouse merchandise.
Yeah, I know.
It just turned into, which is fine. It was good, but no, we're going to have...
I know, you got to rib them about something, though, right?
I'm going to elbow them for sure.
So I noticed your email address. I don't want to give it out to everybody unless you want to, but I noticed we're talking Chef John. So tell me a little bit about the Chef John part of your life.
Okay, I used to write for the Disney food blog. When I don't know if AJ still owns it. I think so. When she owned it, she might not. No, is it all yours? No. Anyway,
No, they're separate. Disney food blog is number 4 on our top 25 list this week.
Okay, cool. I used to write for them, and I used to make the recipes at Walt Disney World.
Oh.
The problem is I only make certain things really good, and they have to be things I like.
Yeah.
So like the chili, I did good. Lasagna, I can do good. Fried chicken, I can do. Once it becomes like fish or something weird, I am out. So I am really not a chef, unless you ask me about lasagna. I'm a head chef.
Head chef lasagna.
Kind of like Taco Bell, they use the same ingredients to just make something different. Italian food is pretty much, we use the cheese, the pasta, the sauce, and we make something brand new. But it's the same stuff.
Right. But when it comes to pizza, where is your favorite pizza in Florida?
Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza in Dr. Phillips.
Okay. I've had that.
It's really delicious.
Okay.
And I would put that on par with Pizza Ponte in Disney Springs.
That Pizza Ponte is
Although I have
pretty
a
good.
trick with Pizza Ponte.
You tell them to extra crisp it?
No, my trick only is that it can get cold while you're waiting online to check out. So I go to them and I pay first.
Ah.
Then I go get my pizza.
Brilliant. All right.
You'll be online 10 minutes with your pizza. It's like, dude, it's going cold. What's up with this?
Yeah. Actually, come to think of it, we usually go over there we work weekends on the graveyard shift, so on the weekends we never get to the parks or to Disney Springs, but we go during the week, and it's usually really light crowds there, so we can get in and out of there pretty quick. But I can imagine when there's a line there, that stuff, it's going to get cold while you order. So I was raised in a lower middle class family in Iowa, and a trip to Disney was really not normal for us. We did one trip the year Epcot opened, and that's the only family trip we ever took to Walt Disney World. And I think I remember the same experiences you were talking about on the Dreamfinders video of, your dad, you on his shoulders across the lake there. And I remember being with my dad walking into Epcot, and we had our night there at Epcot. We only had one night, of course. We rode the Mexico boat ride repeatedly. They just let us stay on it, and we stayed on that boat ride probably 8 or 9 times. But that just sticks in my head, and now every time I go on that ride, I get those feels. And so how did this far off fantasy land become such an obsession for you and I? What's that gene that hits us?
Some of this is going to be a little bit of a repeat for you, but yeah, I'm in New York. We don't go on vacation. I don't even know if I knew what vacation was. And again, lower middle class family. I think literally my father made $29,000 a year, and that supported him, his wife, and 3 kids. And it wasn't too bad. We didn't know that the sprinkler wasn't vacation.
Right.
We went to a Catskill game farm up in New York that was like the zoo. We might have went to a Roseland Dude Ranch up in New York, but that was it.
Yeah.
So one day, they tell me we're getting ready to go on a plane and we're going to go to Disney World. And I remember watching The Wonderful World of Disney and just being like amazed that, okay, we're going to do this big adventure, and I'm all in for it. And I remember landing, seeing palm trees, and the next thing I remember is being on the ferry boat going across the Seven Seas Lagoon, and I just remember, wow, like this exists in this world, and I'm going to get older, and I'm going to move here, and I'm going to be able to do this more often. And I remember my dad thinking, no, you'll grow out of it. Even at 5, I knew I have to live close to this stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't even know that I knew that there were houses there. I just knew that would be a goal.
Right. Exactly. I thought that there was nothing between the airport and Disney World. It was just this magical treed land that you pass through.
Much.
It was
still so unobtainable. I kind of have a theory that kids that grow up here and they go to Disney like once a week, it's not as amazing to them.
Right.
It's just not. It's like what Great Adventure in New Jersey was to me. We went maybe once every 2 years, and it was an hour and a half away from where I was, and that was like a thing.
Yeah.
But you can't. To me, still, it's like I'm going to the Magic Kingdom. Like
right.
It's still amazing. And I feel bad for kids that don't have that, because it kind of does, I think, add to the whole thing. But I remember going across the lagoon, and we looked at the Contemporary and at the Polynesian. There was no Grand Floridian at the time.
Yeah.
And my dad being like, you'll never stay at a hotel like that. So I do cry on occasions, calling my dad still till this day, being like, hey,
guess where I'm staying?
Hey, I'm not even just at the Contemporary. I'm at a suite in the Contemporary. And he's like, oh my God, you're good.
Amazing.
So It is.
Do you have family here in Florida with you?
I do. My sister is in Bradenton.
Okay.
And just because I moved first, and
Right.
then everybody else sort of like congregated somehow.
Right.
Everybody ends up in Florida, don't they? Everyone.
I assumed that they did. I'm still waiting for the other half of my family to make it out
for
here.
the bagels to end up in Florida.
Every time I see pictures of snow back in Colorado, I call my parents like, "When are you coming out here? Don't try."
Snow is really Colorado. I know a lot of people from Colorado.
Oh yeah, we're no more snow. Can't take the snow anymore. Do you regret the move at all? Do you ever regret it?
I never regret them. No, I definitely belong here.
Yeah.
But I miss certain things. I miss when the snow first falls.
Yeah.
Before it gets dirty, before you have to travel somewhere. I miss that. Right. And the pre-planning. There is something fun about looking forward to your Disney vacation in 3 months, 6 months.
I agree.
I do miss that. And just now it's like you can go whenever you want. And while that is great, you do miss that whole build-up anticipation.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't live here and still do that, call your travel agent, plan it. It's awesome.
Cherish those moments. I have a spreadsheet still from the last family trip I brought my family out to in 2009. Do you remember when we had the 28-degree winter? That was the day we decided to come out. So it was January 2009. I have a spreadsheet still, an Excel spreadsheet of all the rides, all the restaurants. I mean,
Are you one of those people?
Oh, I'm worse than that.
No, but did you time out when you're going to the bathroom? Because people do. Oh, no, stop. You have to stop and smell the roses in Disney.
That I planned it down to, and you know what? To be honest with you, all those moments of planning was so much better than the actuality of the vacation. I just want to go back and just plan that trip again.
I used to plan all the major things, and Spectro Magic only went on 3 times the week that I was there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't catch it the first 2, but I had planned the last night there, Spectro Magic. It starts to pour, and it got canceled. So now here's a trip that I'm only taking once every 3 years. I'm 15, 16 years old now, buying a trip, and I couldn't believe that I missed my Spectro Magic. So.
Yeah. Oh, it's heartbreaking. We hate those stories. Do you find it difficult to live in Florida?
No, I like it.
Do you?
Just as long as the air conditioner works.
Yeah, me too. I was always told that I would hate it because of the heat and everything, but not once. My blood thinned out after the first month. Good to go.
Yeah. Oh, I get cold now at the drop of a hat.
At the drop of a hat. I go back to Colorado, I can't even survive.
I can't believe how that happens.
Yeah.
55 degrees, I'm like, it's freezing.
Yep.
But in New York, I would have been fine till 20 degrees.
Yeah, I'd wear shorts and it's snowing out. We used to wear shorts and go skiing, but I can't go less than 60 now.
Even as a big guy, I've totally lost my constitution.
Yeah, me too. So the only thing I find difficult about living in Florida is it's hard to make friends here. Everybody is transient, especially the neighborhood I live in. You don't get really steady. Friends are fleeting down here.
Well, you never said to me, "Hey, let's go to the park." So,
I'm taking you up on that.
Take me up on that. Yeah, no, we can do that. I think with social media, it's been easy, especially because I have so many quick friends, acquaintance friends that see me in the park, so I don't feel that. But I'm sure that is a thing.
Yeah,
but it's hard to find real friends. Let me tell you, that's hard.
And there's a lot of, especially in the career that we're in, people work a lot to make it down here. People think that it's a lot cheaper to live down here. The only thing that's cheaper are the homes. Everything else.
And car insurance.
Yeah,
that's about it.
That's about
Food
it.
is the same. Yeah, and you don't make as much in most jobs.
Right.
Either.
We took ours got sliced in half. So people work a lot harder.
And I would say a lot of people move here and then they can't make it. You have to try to have a position before you come. Yeah. It's very hard to come and try to find decent work unless you want to bag groceries at Publix.
Right. We're very blessed to have that our ultrasound jobs at the hospital. That's what's kept us afloat all this time. But, it's difficult. Florida's not as easy as, you look out here and the grass is always greener kind of thing. But, yeah.
It wasn't easy.
So I have this weird gene inside. I don't know if you have it as well, but I get weepy at certain things, songs, attractions, rides, and I tear up. I don't see other guys going through this that are around me on these rides.
Oh, it's common and you don't see it. You're wearing glasses and you don't know it. But I read this question, and there is one thing that I don't just tear up though. I will ugly cry. Really.
What's that?
I see. When I tell you, it's not a funny thing when I tell you.
Okay, I'll try to.
There was a. It's okay.
It's just because you said ugly cry, and that's.
So guilty for laughing. Do you remember the time? Remember the magic?
Yes.
Remember the time. Remember the magic. Remember the magic in our lives.
Yeah.
It's a song that came with some promotion.
Right.
At the time that happened, I had a nephew, Matthew. He was 12 years old, and Make-A-Wish had sent us from New York to here. So I remember that song. If I play that song, I fall onto the floor because
Waterworks.
He is no longer with us.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, Make-A-Wish, great people. The Give Kids the World Village, awesome. And I was part of his wish. Mm-hmm. So his family came, but his wish was that Uncle John went.
Oh, that's amazing.
My cousin, but they say uncle when it's an age thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's that song. Oh, forget it. It's just.
I still, before we moved out here, I was a huge Diz fan. So I was always on the forums, the boards. As a planner, the Diz is like the place to go for your planning.
The forums are still pretty big.
It's huge.
When I have like a month or two that I don't see my name in anything negative, and so far it's been years.
Yeah.
If you can survive their boards, or even somebody says something positive about you, winning.
Pete has built the biggest conglomerate of anything I've seen. It's really incredible. But I just remember all the Give Kid the World fundraising that we used to do, and all the and I still have not been out to that community. I've wanted to visit for so many times. When I moved out here, I thought, great, we can go to Give Kids the World once a month or something and try to help out, and I still haven't made it. Like I said, Florida takes over. You just get so busy. So
listen, you can go out there and volunteer, by the way. If you ever want to go, I will go with you.
Okay.
And we could blog about it as long as it helps the village and it's not like for us.
Sure.
But
right.
It is a great thing to clean up a table or serve pizza, right. And you just volunteer, and it's an amazing place.
I've wanted to do that for so long, and now that you mention it, it brings it right back into my head.
It's great.
So, what about any rides that trigger that weep gene for you?
Well, the Great Movie Ride did, because that was like me and my mom's ride, and my mom is no longer here. Mm. She passed about 6 years ago of pancreatic cancer. Mm. But that was a ride where this Italian lady, not a big lady actually, my mother was kind of thin, and she would sit on the ride and have no filter. I mean, you would think she built it. She was funny. She would loud while we're on the ride with people. Look at him. That don't look like the guy singing in the rain at all. Did the water ruin the animatronics face? And I'd say, Ma. Oh, but look, what was the guy on the horse? I don't remember.
John Wayne.
Thank you. John Wayne. See? Whoever did that one, they should hire him to go help the singing and the man guy. And she would say this loud where the people behind me would say, stop shutting her up, she's funny.
She's funny.
She just didn't know she was funny.
Right. Oh, that's awesome.
You know what? I'm going to give you a quick story. And there's a curse involved that I will skip over, but you'll get the idea.
Okay.
I'm with her at the Polynesian Hotel having breakfast. And she sees Chip and Dale, and she goes, Chip, Dale, come here. Oh, God, I can't even eat my eggs. How do I know the difference between Chip and Dale? Who's Chip and who's Dale? So they say...
brown nose.
Right, the color of the nose, and then he goes to his tail. She goes, oh, his fur smells like... Out loud, says it. I'm like, no, that's not what they said. So all the characters came out and did shame on them.
That's awesome.
So that was my ordeal. But yes, there are rides. Before she passed, she knew that I loved Disney. She says, you watch. I'm going to be on every ride. When you see the fireworks, you're going to see me up there.
Yeah.
You know what I have to tell you? Certain things have happened that are just really...
Ah, interesting. So
I'll be at the boardwalk, and I'll be thinking about her,
mm-hmm.
and I'll just look up and go, Ma, this is a beautiful day. If you were here, you'd love this. And then I look at the bus that says Magic Kingdom, and sometimes they put character names.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it just changed and said Anna.
Wow.
And I'm just crying, like, how they could have picked any character. They picked Anna from Frozen, and this was like years after it opened. It was just weird.
Wow.
So things like that happen to me all the time.
It's interesting. So you brought up the Polynesian. What are your feelings between? I know the Polynesian used to be your favorite resort.
Still
mine as well. So now that the Riviera is open,
It's so close. The Riviera is close to my favorite. I know the Riviera is up there.
yeah, it's a
You know
beautiful
what it is?
resort.
Polynesia, you got the monorail, and you got great restaurants. It is closer to my heart because of that Seven Seas Lagoon
Yeah,
and the Magic Kingdom. But the Riviera with the gondolas, the theming of it, the feeling of it, the opulence, and without opulence, without being stuffy. Like,
Right.
sure, it be a little, Mercedes, come here. It's
Yeah.
not like. And sorry if you have a daughter named Mercedes.
do you know what I get at the Polynesian? And this is the same thing that I got when I first came to Walt Disney World. The staircase that goes from the upper level to the lower level. Walking down that staircase and thinking about the carpet and the Brady's. I just always think about the Brady Bunch.
The tarantula episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
for some reason that just sticks. And every time I go down that staircase, I think it. Anyway.
Okay, when I go down that staircase, I know that place was made by U.S. Steel, and I just feel the solidness of the building and the size of the staircase and those statues that are there.
Right.
Yeah, it just does something for me.
It's amazing. I love it. I love everything about the Polynesian. Trader Sam's is such a unique thing that we have. At Disneyland, it's great at Disneyland as well, but the Trader Sam's here is so cool.
Love it.
I don't know. I love it, love it, love it. So you've seen, thousands of things change, and you mentioned the Great Movie Ride. What are your feelings about the Great Movie Ride changing into Mickey and Minnie's?
It's weird. If they were going to close the Haunted Mansion, I'd be laying down. You can't get over my body, move me, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But for a lot of things, I realize change is coming, and I accept it. I don't have to be there for the last ride, although I did for the Great Movie Ride. But I didn't have to do it for, like, Snow White's Scary Adventures or Mr. Toad. So I don't like change a lot, but
I would have done it, by the way, just to say I would have done it for Snow White's and Mr. Toad. I wasn't here, though.
Okay. A lot of people would. I think because I feel like it's futile,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it because I'm not going to change it. So, Great Movie Ride I loved.
Yeah.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, my jury is out on, is it going to be that's a lot of space back there.
Yeah.
There was an Imagineer, Sharita Carter, who I pretty much put my faith in that she's gonna pull out something really cool for this Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We did get a sneak preview, and I loved what I saw.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't on the ride, it was the pre-show. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
If we have time, I can tell you what I saw.
So you're talking about where the theater used to be for the Great Movie Ride?
Right. The pre-show, when you walk in now.
Will that queue be the same?
The queue is very similar.
Okay.
With different posters, but instead of going into that big room where the movie is before you get on the cars, you're in a smaller theater. I noticed that there was like a fence before the film, and I was like, okay, we can't, go up to the screen, obviously, and touch it. And we're watching a little Mickey short, which I understand the style is all weird, but they are funny.
Mm-hmm.
And the screen explodes and opens up. So there's peelings of the screen.
No way.
And the movie is still playing on the peelings with smoke and everything that I went, oh my, I really got surprised that it exploded. And underneath, after the smoke clears, it says 2 trains with an arrow.
So it's like Belle's Magic Tales with Belle.
Yeah, yes, that's a very good analogy.
Okay.
You walk through that thing to get to the trains. We didn't get that far, but what I saw was imaginative, and I can't wait to see.
That's so cool.
It's less than a month away. I can't believe it's actually half a month away.
I can't believe it. Isn't it amazing? I already have a fast pass for day 2.
I couldn't get it.
I'm so excited. I sat there at my graveyard shift at the hospital and just tapped refresh all night, and then finally got one for the 5th. So I'm so super excited for that.
Me too.
What?
I want to see what they're going to do with it.
A lot of people are not so excited for what's happening over in France. The Ratatouille ride there.
But that fits so well to
I
me.
think it's awesome. I'm so excited for that one as
We love
well.
the Mexico Bowl.
But I've never been to Paris. I've never been to
Right.
Disneyland Paris, and a lot of people have been there and said, "Man, but for us, anything they could add to Epcot for me is huge."
I agree. If they keep the cultural essences and then add the IPs as they belong and fit in, I think that's good.
I do.
Listen, people were complaining about the Beauty and the Beast sing-along.
Yeah.
They're not losing Impressions de France. It might be very limited right now because it's new, but it was packed.
Really?
Beauty and the Beast sing-along was packed with singing kids and adults. So I think they know what they're doing.
I've never
Impressions
done
of
the
France was
sing-along thing. I haven't done the Frozen one, which I really want to, and I haven't done the Beauty and the Beast. So I think I really need to. You think it's
I
that?
had an aversion to the Frozen one until I saw it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna try it out. So, what do you most now that Rise of the Resistance is open and we have Mickey and Minnie's coming. We have Ratatouille. We have the Guardians of the Galaxy. So much going on right now. Leading up to the anniversary party. What are you most excited for personally, on a personal level?
I think Tron. I want to flow around Tron and go inside the building and see what's there. I want to...
You know what I'm scared of about Tron is this thing with the Universal rides. Every ride at Universal, I get fat shamed.
Well, no, if you look at the Tron, there is seats in the back that are not motorcycle seats. So either way, we're good.
Okay.
I am actually trying to lose weight.
I am too, but it's so
impossible. But either way, we're going to get on it because there's 2 seats in the back that are okay.
Losing weight in Florida is impossible.
But you would think that walking around the theme park so much
Why?
And sweating. No, but you're eating stuff too. That's the problem.
That's the problem. The churros. Speaking of, so you mentioned earlier that you used to collect Vinylmations. Now you collect the Funko Pops. We can see them there behind you. What is the difference between the two for somebody that has never collected anything like this?
Vinylmation was this figure that's always the same shape, and they would just figure a way to do something. They would do a character with it, but it would maintain the Mickey Mouse shape. But then they changed the actual shape, which annoyed me to no end. They made it less Mickey-like so they could fit more things on it, and I was like, nah.
So they all used to be little Mickey Mouse figures with
Pretty
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they still kind of are, but now they made the nose they curved it so that it wasn't as much of a Mickey nose, and there became so many of them that it was. I like to complete collections,
Right?
And I couldn't afford it anymore. So all right, done. Same thing with Funko. There's so many different versions, and Scott Atwood from the Main Street Mouse, he got me into these because he's got a collection. He's got rooms that you can't fit into in the house because he's a Funko hoarder. Yeah.
What are the Funkos? I can see you have a Skyliner Funko Pop.
And that actually has the Skyliner with the Mickey Funko in it. It's amazing.
So they're just plastic.
Yeah, they're just plastic things. You don't even take them out of the box if you're a collector because you can still appreciate them and see them, but they go up in value. And I only collect the ones I really like. I'm not a completionist. I try to stick with Haunted Mansion and ones I really like.
Right. So is Haunted Mansion on your top 5 list of all time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, me
Definitely.
too. Are you scared of the Skyliner at all?
I was. Not anymore. I was before I got on it, and then after I did it a few times, I'm like, all right, I don't feel like I'm going to fall.
Yeah.
Even if it stopped, I'm not going to panic. I'm not scared anymore of it. I thought it would be really hot, too, but the wind up there is nice.
Yeah.
So when you do it, and you get to where you got to go, you're like, wow, that was convenient.
Really convenient. I love it. So.
Me too. I like it. And you know what's weird? They didn't know when they built the Caribbean beach that people would be flying over it. And yet, you have all these beautiful, different colored rooftops. When I'm up there, it feels like the Willy Wonka Vader up in the sky.
Exactly.
Looking down at the candy. I love it.
I love it, too. The pool's down there. You can see the beautiful hourglass lake. It's really an amazing... I call it an attraction. It's one of those beautiful free things that we get, at Disney World. Even there...
It doesn't seem crowded, although I haven't been there when the park lets out. I'm sure that it's crowded, but it's pretty good.
I'll tell you, it's a lot better than trying to get on the monorail at the Magic Kingdom after the parks get out. So I'll take it any day of the week. So you said you're most excited for the opening of which attraction coming up? The Tron.
I think Tron. But then again, Guardians too. As long as I know I can fit good on Guardians.
So are you planning to try to do the first day opening of Tron kind of thing? Are you a 3 a.m. rope drop kind of guy like I am?
No. Let me tell you, it's because I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
I literally don't take it for granted. I've been
Media.
blessed with Disney.
Yeah.
I know. I've been blessed where Disney allows me to go to some of these things ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I don't have to be there early in the morning to go on. So if Disney doesn't do that, if I don't get the invite, which is possible sometimes, then I will do that. Yeah, then I'll be the rope drop person in the morning.
Yeah, I've already got maps written out and everything. I'm hoping that Grand Floridian back pathway is open by the time Tron opens.
I just see your map as like, don't hope for children.
That's true. I love the 3 a.m. rope drop thing. Even if I was media, I would still be there. You really get the sense of the true Disney fan. I'm not saying you're not a Disney. You're media, of course, but
I know what you're saying.
But when you're there at 3 a.m. and they haven't opened up the parking garage yet, and the sheriffs are coming by trying to get you off the sides of the road, and they're honking their horns, and everybody's blasting the Disney music out of their windows, there's nothing like that. It's like going to a football game and tailgating. It's just,
I agree.
It's one of my favorite things. So when was the last time that you did something like that, a 3 a.m. roped, besides the all-night party? I think you were at the all-night party.
I remember. I was just going to say that. I remember the all-night party.
Yeah, I saw you there.
I was there for the opening of Splash Mountain back in the day.
Did you rope drop for it?
Oh, yeah. And I was in the park at like 4 a.m. waiting for the show and everything. I lived in New York at the time, and I was visiting here at that time.
Yeah. What do you think about the current boarding pass versus fast pass system going on?
Okay, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I love it because it lets you wait without waiting online, and I hate it because you have to be there at 7 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. So I wish it would get to a level of popularity where you can just sign up for a boarding group at lunchtime if you feel like it.
Yeah.
But that's not happening anytime soon.
I don't know why. Well, I kind of guess I do know why, but I mean, we were talking about it the other day. Why don't they just let you do a boarding pass from home after the park opens?
I think because then you may not show up. The same reason why TMS and LOL is charging $5 for a ticket, because for free you won't show up.
Right, exactly.
I also think it's a data thing, because I've spoken to some people. When you go into the park, they know that you're there in the park, so you can sign up for it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're home, imagine all the millions of pass holders the computer has to go through, and it's a lot more data back and forth to search for your name. Again, I don't know if that's baloney, but I'm thinking that's also a thing.
I think that the way that they did it on opening day, and granted they don't like to have to staff their parking lots at 3 a.m., but I think the way they had it at opening day, where you get your boarding pass as soon as you get through the gate, and they don't bring you into the park and make you wait till park opening to get it.
Yeah.
It's way more fair, I think, if you're the first one at the gate, you're the first one to get a boarding pass. For me. But
look at how many different systems have to work together to get that rise to work.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
Crazy.
And then you get halfway through it, and like on Prince Charming Dev's video last week, his mom came into town. One chance at riding Rise of the Resistance, they get evacuated off.
She didn't get on?
I'm not sure. He said that they got some sort of a comeback pass, but the video ended. We don't know if they got it.
Yeah, but
they
if
ended up
Mom's
getting...
going back home, I got to ask him if she got on.
Yeah, I know they're giving out comps left and right, and God bless guest services at Disney. I mean, they do everything they can, and they've got no control over any of this, but
I would not want that job right now.
But yeah, exactly. But what an incredible attraction when it does work. I don't know. I got to hand it to him. I beat up on.
I was making tacos, and I thought, because we were talking about tacos, that's the reason I'm coming up with this randomness.
Go ahead.
Is that's how this ride is. I'm heating up flour tortillas, crispy corn things, making the meat, making the rice.
Oh no, that burned. Shut it down. Yeah.
That's how that ride works.
Yeah.
Too many things going on at once.
I burnt the beef. Shut it all down. Yeah, exactly. I know. It's so many plates in the air. But when you compare that to what's going on at Universal with Hagrid's, this Hagrid's has infuriated me since day one. I've gone over there, and every time I get there, we're at capacity. Well, it's only 11 a.m., so I go the next day at 10 a.m. They're at capacity.
There's a lot of disappointment for that, and I think it's a great attraction. I've not been on it. I can sit comfortably in their chair. I cannot get a green light for the life of me.
Yeah.
Even though I'm sitting comfortable. But what I've seen from it is, the animatronics are not Disney animatronics. You can see pieces of rubber and stuff.
Yeah.
But the coaster itself is probably the most fun coaster I've ever seen.
Yeah, it took me forever on the last time through to get that thing to turn green for me. I mean, she let me sit there for like 5 minutes. And, no, but then when you get on the real ride, it's nothing like the test seat. So
I don't get that.
I don't either, and they do it to me on the castle ride, the Forbidden Journey. Same thing. I sit down and I can't get the green light. They have a larger person loading platform on Forbidden Journey that you're supposed to be for bigger people.
Forbidden Journey holds 4 people, correct?
Yes.
Why can't they just have one box? I will wait as long as I need that has 3 instead of 4. I will wait as long as I need to, or 2 if it's a weight thing.
I have DM'd Universal Parks so many times. They've said, DM us about your experience. And I do it every single time. I say, once again, I was fat shamed at Universal. They say, tell us about your experience.
And I'm the first one to say, yes, I should lose weight. I know I'm fat. I got it.
But come on.
6 years old. I got it. It's not changing tomorrow. I lost 40 pounds in the last 3 years, honestly.
Yeah.
And that still wasn't enough. But with Hagrid's, I fit so good in that seat. Like, I'm comfy.
Yeah.
I ain't going anywhere.
Right.
I don't know why it don't.
You know what it is? It's living in Florida and the amazing food that we have here. Speaking of the amazing food, how excited are you about this smokehouse opening up at the American Pavilion?
I've been kind of not in the loop. I know it's coming. Did it open already? I think it opened.
No, it's got walls around it yesterday. As of yesterday, still had walls.
I feel like I just saw a post that someone ate there.
Okay, I'm going to check.
Better check.
Yeah.
We might be going in 5 minutes.
We might. I might meet you over there.
Yeah, I am excited that they decided to do something with America rather than just, a hamburger.
Right.
Still might be. But
right. I just, the smells, I can imagine the smells of an outdoor smokehouse. And that's what we need. Where's the American pride? I want
and that's
barbecue.
American, yeah.
Right.
Smokehouse, apple pie, that's American.
Absolutely. I can't wait for it. There's a lot of talk out there about people hating that they're putting the Muppets into the American Pavilion.
But isn't it just like Sam Eagle?
Sam Eagle, yeah.
Listen, if you're going to have to, for the kids, if we're going to put a character somewhere, who better for America than dun, 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 dun. And is he really there? He's not serving your food.
He's just on the sign. He's a little picture of an eagle. Come on.
Us.
That's what I say, too. So
it's not taking away anything. It's
right.
Plus. It's not taking away.
Now, the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of took away from Ellen's energy. How do you feel about that?
I love Guardians. I don't see how it fits into Epcot at all. But if they can fix it, and it's probably going to be a great attraction.
I know.
I'm hearing the Imagineers are telling me, hold on to your hats, it's going to be amazing. Not just the coaster, but the experience again.
Yeah.
They're saying it's going to be great. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
But it is a hard sell. Okay, can we just talk about Epcot for a second?
Yeah.
Imagination is what I can't wait to hear one day. It may be 3 years from now, but I need to hear what's going to happen to that building because we need something good in there.
You know what? I was just listening to Braden from Mickey Views saying that he had some rumblings, possibly putting some of the characters from the Inside Out movie into Imagination.
They've been talking about that for 5 years, I think.
Or maybe a new ride vehicle, something like Mystic Manor in Hong Kong.
That's my hope, is that it would be. I've been saying this for a while, that Mystic Manor type ride, I would love to see an original Dreamfinder Figment story in there with that technology.
Give me Dreamfinder. Give me back Dreamfinder. I think we know the original Dreamfinder, don't we?
That's Ron Schneider, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it back around full circle there. So, if you ran the zoo, so to speak, and you had control over Epcot, what changes would you stop and change? What would you do specifically? And I have a few ideas for myself, but I want to hear what yours are first.
I would definitely make Mary Poppins major and not make it we still don't know what it is.
Right.
It's like they don't even know.
Yeah.
I would definitely look for a small dark ride.
That fits there so perfectly.
And the reason I know a good small dark ride can be made is if you see in Disneyland the Alice in Wonderland, that little silly ride, when they plussed it and made it better, it's fantastic.
Right.
You do that with Mary Poppins, I'd be thrilled. I would definitely, like we just talked about, gut imagination, but keep it imaginative.
Yeah.
What's there now is crapola.
Yeah, I agree. I love imagination. It's but it's not what it used to be. And
I love the Walt statue going in. I love the triple decker thing that's going in. I forget what it's even called. The pavilion.
Yeah.
In the center.
What is that?
I really don't know.
It looks kind of like if you've ever seen pictures of Singapore or been to Singapore. Yes. They have those large towers you can go up on with trees all the way around
like a garden up there. Love that. I love that.
I'm really interested to see what that is, and if we can watch the fireworks from there.
I would make sure Spaceship Earth is as major an overhaul as you can do.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
and
excited for them
Harmonious,
to
I
put
can't wait to see what happens.
LEDs around Spaceship Earth.
And Harmonious, I can't wait to see what. You know, Epcot Forever. I like it, but it's not Illuminations for me.
Not so forever.
Not so forever.
Anything you would do with the countries as far as... See, for me, I want to finish out the countries back there. I want to get... You know, there's no reason why Disney can't be out there selling these properties and get these countries to get involved.
I think Brazil might still be a thing. I don't know.
They need to move on that.
Yeah, I think the whole rainforest issue might have been a problem for them. You
Yeah.
know, how can you congratulate and celebrate this country when they're, you know,
On fire.
on fire? Exactly.
But Russia, the Russia pavilion plans from before looked amazing.
That would have been great. Oh, and Coco in Mexico, I'm all for it.
All for it.
That
Yeah.
boat ride is great, but it needs something.
Yeah, it's
They
ready.
brought in the the Marigold Bridge, and it would be awesome.
Yep, I agree. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. What they could do with
When you
their...
crossed over, right?
Yeah. Man, they could make that so incredible with the backward, or the, what is it, the reverse projection science they have now.
What about at the end? You know how tall that ceiling is with the fireworks and
Yeah.
stuff? What about that? I forget what it's called. The flying piñata lion and stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude,
man.
that's so good.
You and I, we should be Imagineers.
Listen, for the Imagination Pavilion, I always said, apparently somebody ran out of imagination or money. Call me. I've got the imagination.
That's it, exactly. So anybody that's met you out and about in the parks, they would testify how nice of a guy you are.
Oh.
You're always like a welcoming spirit. You're just the sweetest guy in the world. What do you say? Where does your warmth come from? Where does your genuine personality come from?
You know, I mean, I have bad days where I don't want to yell and scream.
Never seen it.
Yeah, most people don't. Nobody sees me when my back is killing me and I'm waiting 2 hours to film, you know, a princess or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, that's just me. I like naturally to spread good karma. I believe I believe in God, but I also, for whatever other reason, energy. I think you put out good, you get good.
I agree. I agree with you. Thank you so much for agreeing to be here with us today. We had such a good time.
Oh, thank you, man.
I could go on with you
so
for hours and hours. And
thank you so much. I had a good time. As you can tell.
And we will talk to you soon. Thank you again. And everybody, thanks for tuning in today to Florida's Worst Vlog Presents The Wrap. Check out our other video with the top 25 of the week and also our awards for the must-watch video of the week, which goes to Spokesmayne. Had an awesome walkthrough video with Mark Daniel from the Disney blog. Mark Daniel's just a wealth of information. You get a lot of information off that video with Spokesmayne. And our top video of the week, of course, goes to Tim Tracker for his baby's first day at Madame. Oh my gosh, what a heart-wrenching video. Did you see that video?
I did not.
Oh, check it out. Check it out. It was just awesome to see that baby just riding The Little Mermaid and Dumbo for the first time. I mean, those of us that love Tim Tracker and Jen and Jackson just love that video. So check that out and check out Spokesmayne. I know it's an hour and 40 minutes long, but if you ever wondered about all the little things that happen in Hollywood studios, the signs on the walls, you got to check it out. Mark Daniels' awesome personality. So that wraps it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Please click like and subscribe. Also go over to thebigfatpanda.com. Click like and subscribe on all of his videos. Stay tuned for the 23rd. He's going to have a live video coming out with TMSMLOL live on location from the NBA experience. That'll be awesome to watch, so make sure you all tune in for that. John, anything else you want to plug while we're here?
Nope. If I can plug my travel sponsor, that'd be awesome. I'm
Please.
not sure if you're allowed.
Yes, please.
MEI, mousefantravel.com. Honestly, earmarked, great people. So try that.
So go to them for all your travel needs. If you're an overplanner like you need some help. Trust me. So there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for logging in today. And that's a wrap.